Good morning, welcome to a morning review. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Looking at the euro dollar first, and we finally saw the stops chased, if you like, the stop hunting going on, and following that is a bit of a short squeeze going. Also there was gossip that the Swiss National Bank were intervening again. Well, bear in mind they've been intervening on and off for the last few years, but now whenever it's going to get back to that stage where if the whispers start occurring that it's the Swiss National Bank intervening, we're probably going to see panic running through the market. So here we go. Welcome to the old days, it looks. Now with the euro dollar now, it has hit its monthly pivot as target I've been looking for some time, not too far off the 21. If we see a continuation from where we are, we could now push towards possibly higher. We had some US news out yesterday which wasn't as good as it has been in terms of the factories orders had declined for the 5th straight month, etc. So there was suggestion that there could be a bit of a slowdown. Also, equities have done pretty well yesterday in the US, and often when you see stocks bought, bonds are sold, dollar weakened. So this all ties up with a move from the equities market. Okay, as well. So a whole combination of things there. Now, where are we? Well, at this stage here, as I say, we could push up further. I have got an intraday downside target sitting at 144.41, so we could be popping back down to that sort of region at some point. However, if we do continue to push up to the upside, I mean the hourly chart is well worth looking at. We've got the hourly 500 not so far away, and it would be quite a simple target for it to continue moving towards that area. The one thing with the euro to bear in mind, we do still have untouched below us is the weekly pivot. Generally these are hit quite early in the week, and it hasn't been hit. Now of course it could be missed. If the strength of this move is good enough, we could see a continuation to the upside. But as I say, there certainly is the short-term target here that could be hit, and well thereafter, well, I've got sort of upside targets to be hit as well. Really need to see a break the Asian session highs to be on the long side here. If it breaks beyond this level here at 144.40 area, well, maybe we could get a test of the 50 again. So there is a downside target from there if it does run down there. And then, of course, a bigger move down would see us move towards that weekly pivot, but that could be off the cards now. Okay, let's have a look at the pound dollar. Bigger picture first, and again we saw quite a nice move up yesterday throughout the morning, and it just pushed and pushed and pushed eventually through the afternoon along with the euro dollar. Now that too has hit its monthly pivot, so it's one of the targets I like to get cleared out of the week, each month. Out the way. Again, I've got a bit of downside. I'm looking for a bit of downside potential at 151.20 sort of area. With the 500 MA is probably a good a point as any for being looking for the downside target. Just a bit more of a relief. Now, of course, again, if we don't see a break of that and we break through these prior highs, well, we could be up for yesterday's highs and maybe beyond. Looking at the bigger picture, and we've got the 34 daily 50 above us, so we've broken through at 21 after all this time. It's been quite some time. A retest that 34 could be on the cards, and maybe even the 50 eventually. But it is looking bullish. The good thing about cable is it's also went through its weekly pivot, so it's cleared out all the stats that it needs to effectively to give it a bit of a run. The key thing here I'm looking at is a trend line running across the dailies, which if it can break these, well, then it becomes back into sort of a bit more of a bullish territory, and I feel more comfortable going with the longs more of the time and holding on for more. Maybe wanting to move back towards that 155 level as certainly a possibility. As I say, there's the 50 MA as a good target to the upside if it does break this sort of level. Okay, that's where we are at the moment. Consolidating at the moment, not to be unexpected. Okay, dollar yen. Chop, it's still in the chop zone. There's very little I'm looking for. It's actually now pretty close again to touching its monthly pivot. It may have done so with some brokers, so that's pretty much over. We could see a continuation pushing back down towards those lows of 117 that we saw in the earlier week. We've still got a target to the downside today of 117.39, so if it can actually push down a little bit more. It weakened yesterday whilst everything else was getting stronger. The yen effectively went weaker against the dollar, and we saw this continuation of a push upwards. Maybe we'll see some a push down, but the Japanese banks were talking about possibly making their central bank independent, also looking at further measures that may be taken. So there's no surprise to see it weaken, the yen weaken against the dollar some more. Then finally looking at the Aussie dollar, Australian dollar. Well, yesterday it's put a bit of a U-bend in there. Really sold off on the news. And eventually later on, we've seen this sort of rally back up to the sort of levels where it was originally running. Still got its monthly pivot above as a target. It's just coming off the 4-hourly 50 here back into the daily 8, where it touched that pretty much yesterday. So these levels this morning, well, maybe just a bit of a counter reaction. May just see it run down towards where it's already hit its daily pivot there. So maybe it could be a bit more bullish, but if it does run back down towards the lows there, maybe the 50 21 moving average all sitting here, maybe we'll see a move towards that. But we've still got for the rest of this week and a possible upside target there of around about 79.28, so still got upside targets there for the Australian dollar. Okay, news today, we've got the services PMI for the UK coming out, and the non-manufacturing, which is effectively the services PMI for the US coming out at 3 o'clock. So 9:30 this morning UK, 3 o'clock this afternoon. So those are the key figures. There is the ADP non-farmed coming out at 1:15, but that really has been given very small moves of late. Okay, hope you have a great day. Bye for now.